Hello, everyone. Hey, Simkey. Hey, Lizard Man. Give me one sec here. So, we're finally at Spyro 3. I streamed the first two games specifically so I could stream this one. Now, hey, Bal. Time for murder? We're getting there. Now, I just want to make it clear, like, I have voiced some criticisms of the first two games. The final area of Spyro 1 is probably the worst part about the game. It's also got some really terrible boss fights. Spyro 2 is... it's like an average game that never really maximizes its potential. And y'all heard how many times I said it's my least favorite of the trilogy. Spyro 3, however, is a game I hold very close to my heart. This is one of my favorite games of all time, and I'm very excited to finally stream it. If you like Spyro 2, you go to hell before you die. I know exactly one person whose favorite of the trilogy is 2. Everyone else I know, 2 is either their second favorite or least favorite. Now, of course, keep in mind, platformers are kind of my bread and butter, so I look at platformers a little differently because I notice things about the level design. I don't think I would ever make for a good level designer because I'm not very good at designing levels, but I am very good at noticing patterns. So, Spyro 3, it's going to be a little different from the previous two games because it has a lot of new features. But without further ado, the winner of the poll was Flat Spyro. So as soon as I get into the game, I will input that cheat code. Also, this game has my favorite soundtrack out of the three. Oh, that's right, you can change icon. I can't be Allura? Alright, we'll be Sparks. Allura is actually in the game, but she's only in the ending cutscene. Egg. I'm just gonna let the cutscene play before I say anything.
We managed to capture the eggs, Your Highness. Every last one.
Excellent. Maybe you will amount to something after all. Now, go guard the tunnels. Stop anyone from coming through.
Where are the eggs?
The holes came out on the other side of the Dragon Worlds. We found some of the eggs, but they were too heavy to carry back.
The other side of the world?
The Forgotten Worlds. Spyro, you'll have to go. Nobody else can fit down the holes.
Yeah, come on, let's go!
Find the eggs and bring them back, Spyro. You're our only chance.
You got it.
So, first things first. Active. Alright, everything good. So, one of the things to note about that intro is the dragons from the first game are actually in this opening cutscene. They were not present in the second game at all. You also may have noticed the Rhinox are back, and from Spyro 2 onward, the Rhinox were the main villain of the series, aside from A Hero's Tale, which randomly brought back the Norks for some reason. And, Zoe and Hunter seem to have followed Spyro back to the Dragon Worlds outside of Avalar. And we will see the Professor later. But, first things first. Let me get that code. There we go. So, y'all voted on this. So, some of you might remember Flat Stanley from when you were kids. Well, we got Flat Spyro now. Has anyone here actually read Flat Stanley? I remember seeing the books when I was a kid, but I don't think I ever read them. So in this game, the collectible is the dragon eggs. Oh, there we go. Flat Stanley's still a thing. God damn. Maybe we don't remember them well. Yeah, I don't think I ever read them. We also have all of our abilities from the first game. We can swim, though that thing's too small or too shallow. We can do the hover, we can do the slam, and I can climb ladders as soon as I can find the ladder. Might as well get this out of the way.
Spyro.
Yeah, I don't need to know. I want to get that out of the way so I get the checkpoint. This is school I work at. One class is still doing it. Oh, you work at a school?
So, you're
I didn't
the
know
one
that
in
was
charge
man.
of
That's cool.
rescuing the eggs, huh? Sad.
Oop.
Look here, Dragon. If you know what's good for you, you'll turn around and crawl back up that hole you came through. Those eggs belong to us now, and I've hidden them in places you'll never find in 1,000 years. Besides, even if you could find an egg, our expertly trained armies will dispose of you and take it back. Do I make myself clear? If I find you here again, I am going to be very angry. And you won't like me when I'm angry.
So, I know someone else who works at a school. And, I gotta ask, listen, man, are the kids really getting dumber? Because when I got out of high school, when I was a senior in high school, the freshman group at my high school was the worst freshman group my school had ever had.
Yo, Spyro, I just found one of those portal thingamajigs that leads to a different world.
Yeah, whatever. I know the drill. I think around 3rd grade. Is when I get angry. You know, for a brief moment, I thought you were talking about yourself, not Bianca. Yeah, Bianca, I think, isn't really present in the later games. I don't know about the GBA games, because I barely remember Season of Ice, and I never played Season of Fire. But she does show up in, Enter the... Good God, dude, it's a fucking loud-ass engine. She does show up in Enter the Dragonfly at the very end of the game, once.
Do you like the active camera mode?
I wish there was
If
more.
not, I can set it back to the passive mode.
No, do not set it to passive mode. Yeah, that's all that out of the way. But aside from that, we never really see Bianca again, I don't think. So as always, just clearing up the world first. I think I have to do the first level before I can, free Sheila? Because I don't remember how much Sheila...
I see an egg.
Yeah, I know how to swim. I've been playing this game for longer than you have been alive, Hunter. I think. I think they're around 3rd grade. That's when they seem to go downhill. What really concerns me is kids in kindergarten into Fortnite. Oh, God. Yeah, like... I mean, when I went to college, like when I actually finished college, because I've technically finished college. It was just community college, but still. A lot of my classmates are much younger than me. I'm almost 30. I'm going to turn 29 this year. Most of my classmates at the college I went to were in their 20s. Like, early 20s. Because a lot of them were fresh out of high school. And while I'm not going to call them idiots, I definitely have some concerns. Especially because the math class I took, most of my classmates couldn't do basic math. And a lot of my classmates did not know anything about the atrocities committed during World War II. And those are some, like, very serious things to not know about. Maybe not math so much, but definitely World War II, because, I mean, we're seeing the consequences of that now with a certain political, or a certain extremist group that still exists and is now being normalized. The 5th grade are actually the worst, and would say the majority of kids are getting worse. Yeah. And I don't know if this is me just becoming a crotchety old man at this point, but it really does feel like the kids are getting worse in some ways. But I mean, Zeno, my brother, one of his classmates at the same college.
To get the best.
Yes, I know. In a class about how we consume online media and media in general, one of his classmates said that she gets all her news from TikTok and doesn't do any extra research. When it was pointed out that TikTok users have a history of lying and just outright making shit up, she was completely surprised. And that's not an unusual thing. There are a lot of people who believe everything they see on TikTok. And even if you just check sites like Twitter, you can definitely see that people's media literacy is getting significantly worse.
This is a Superfly.
And sometimes it almost feels like it's intentional, that people are intentionally missing the point, so, they can pretend something is what it isn't. Like, there are a lot of people who watch The Boys and think Homelander is supposed to be a good person. As I mentioned on stream yesterday in Mario Kart, not only is Homelander absolutely not a good person, he literally fucks a Nazi and knew she was a Nazi. So, they couldn't, like, make it any more obvious that he is not a good person, and there are still people that idolize him. I mean, you also have situations of the very companies publishing these things not getting the point. Like, Square Enix making NFTs of Final Fantasy VII, a game that is literally about playing as an eco-terrorist group. Or Disney making a Star Wars-themed hotel where the hotel is themed around the Empire, which George Lucas confirmed was supposed to be an allegory for the Nazis. But also that with most of older people too. Well, I mean, I don't know what older people are doing. Oh, there's a thing up there. I wonder if I can get that. There's a one-up that I've up there that I don't think I've ever noticed before. Same with Rick and Morty, and people like Rick even though he's supposed to not be a good person to like. Yeah, there's that too. That hotel failed because it was shit and overpriced. Yeah, it was like, what, $500 a night or something? And yeah, it's not just Rick either, because like BoJack Horseman, you're not supposed to like BoJack. Like the whole point... Oh, goddammit. I want that one up. I'm gonna get that one up. The whole point of BoJack Horseman is that BoJack himself is not a good person and constantly makes excuses for himself. It was $5,000 per couple. Jesus Christ, that's actually worse. That's much worse than I thought it could be. What the fuck? But I think Rick and Homelander have the main character situation. Yeah, is Homelander the main character? I thought it was Billy Butcher.
Spyro! My, how funny to see you here.
And it's this asshole again.
I haven't seen you since we defeated Ripto.
We actually get to beat his ass at the end of the game.
Well, my business
well, both? Okay.
After you left, so
I've never actually seen The Boys. I know a fair bit about it because a lot of my friends watch it. But, like, thankfully my friends fully understand that Homelander is not the main character. We'll get the chance.
I'm getting paid a fortune to keep Sheila the kangaroo.
Kind of like Game of Thrones having multiple main characters. I've never seen Game of Thrones. Is it still worth watching, even though I know it's going to end like shit because of the final season?
Let the kangaroo escape if you were to pay me, say, a small fee.
Oh, you can.
Ah, Spyro, I love your sweet naivete. Your kind-hearted nature might be your downfall.
I never watched the show, only
someday,
read the
but
books.
For the time being, it's making me
Oh,
rich.
excuse me. I think Bowles read the books. I don't really have an interest in Game of Thrones. The books or the show. Maybe I should give him a chance. I'm not really into that kind of fantasy, though. I think it's like called grimdark fantasy.
That's good of you, mate. No hard feelings, eh?
Right. After all, I'm just doing my job.
So I prefer The Witcher more.
I reckon you
Okay,
might.
see, you know, I say that, and I've actually read The Witcher. I read the first book, though I've been informed that I should have started with the collection of short stories. Because there's 2 collection of short stories, and then there's 8 books.
Didn't you know? They say it was over
And I started with the first book, not knowing about the first 2 short story books, which is what the show is currently, or started with.
I mean, they say this world used to have magic coming out the wazoo.
I don't know, as dark as The Witcher is, I feel like it's a little more optimistic than Game of Thrones.
But when the dragons left, it all
Based on my
dried up.
Is that why some of the portals
very limited understanding
Yeah,
of what
they're
Game of
starting
Thrones
to
is
fade
about.
out too, one by one. Well, I gotta get back home and do some damage control. Come visit anytime you like.
I think in Reignited, they actually hired an Australian voice actor to voice Sheila. Game of Thrones books aren't even finished. Yeah, I've been joking that George R.R. Martin will do anything except write another book. Okay, I know a little bit about Berserk because of Death Battle, and I have seriously considered reading the manga and watching the animes. Yeah, you and everyone for the past 10 years. Has it been 10 years? Has it really been 10 years since...
Now I have to find out what that nasty sorceress has done to my home while I was locked up.
Or is it blowing the fairy? No, it's been 12. Oh, wow, that's actually... that's worse.
Hiya, Sheila. While you are gone, a bunch of Reinachs kicked us out of our houses. It's okay, though. Bobby, Pete, and I are working on a clever
Was it
plan
this one?
to take them back.
I was gonna say something. Yeah, he was working... Well, not that whole time, I don't think. I think he stopped writing a little bit before that. Alright. So, in Spyro 2, most of the NPCs, if you tried to hit them, nothing would happen. In here, you can just outright smack the NPCs.
Cliffs like this one with your double jump. Press the X
Yeah,
to jump and press
when
it again
George R.R.
exactly where
Martin
you hit the
stopped
ground
writing
with a double
the book
jump.
series,
Once you've mastered it, you can go anywhere you want.
fuck is my... No, I think my mouse just turned off. There you go. When George R.R. Martin took a break from the book series, the writers of The Expanse kind of sort of placed a bet with him that they could finish their book series before George R.R. Martin could write one single book. And not only did they finish their series, they finished a TV series based on their book series, and they're about to finish a game adaptation.
Home at last.
Because
Yeah,
it's
but
two
say
writers
this
that
little omelet, but I think you deserve
write under
more.
a single name, James S.A. Corey. It's a pen name because it's actually two people. And that's two people working together on all that, and they did more than one person could do with just one book. And they actually made a bet with George R.R. Martin, and they fucking won. Ow. Speaking of fantasy books, I also need to actually read Lord of the Rings, because I've only read The Hobbit. I've seen the Lord of the Rings movies several times. I fucking love that film series. Funny, I rewatched the old animated movie Lord of the Rings. Was that the Bakshi films? I think it was two. I think it was the Fellowship of the Ring, and then they just went straight to Return of the King because they weren't able to make a third film. I've never seen them, but I think my dad owns them on DVD. I think that was Ralph Bakshi. Ralph Bakshi wanted to make a Lord of the Rings movie years before, and he wasn't able to get the rights, so he made the movie Wizards instead, which is a very, very good animated movie. And a clip of the ending actually went viral some time ago, which is very funny because that's like, if you've seen the rest of the film, it's actually a very powerful ending, but out of context, it's fucking hilarious. I won't say what it is because, like, it's literally the ending of the film. But it did go viral for a bit. Yes, and sadly, Frodo and Sam aren't as gay as the live-action movie. No, now that you mention it, they were roommates. You haven't seen the movie, but you know what I'm talking about? Yeah. I'm pretty sure everyone saw the clip, because that clip went viral just out of the blue, and I have no idea why.
Those Rhinox have taken over! There'll be no stopping them unless we can smash the huts! The huts are too big to smash with your kick attack, Zo! Try using your stomp attack to smash them instead. I'll confuse them with...
Actually, I've not seen it.
While you stomp the huts, okay? You remember how to stomp, don't you? Just jump...
Clerks 2, they're not gay, they're hobbits. Exactly. I have not seen the original Clerks. I have heard that's a good film. We have it, because my dad has like every fucking film on DVD or Blu-ray. But I've never seen it. I think we also have the short-lived animated series. So one of the other problems with Spyro 2, and to a lesser degree in Spyro 1, is the movement is pretty stiff, but they actually made it a lot more fluid in this game. Which is pretty nice. It's good, just funny. It was not supposed to be comedy. Wait, Clerks? This was going to be a slice of life drama of two store clerks who are friends. Yeah, I've been very interested in it since I was little, because when I was little, I used to go through my dad's movie collection and just look at all the pictures. A lot of films. I was too young to watch at the time, but I was very interested in the pictures.
If you ever forget how to control a character or vehicle...
Oh, I need to point out, some of the DVDs in my dad's movie collection are in the original style of DVD cases where they slid out from a compartment instead of opening like a case. The DVD version of Fargo, I think it's a Coen Brothers film that my dad has, is in one of those cases, and I think so is a DVD version of the original Lost World film. The one that had the stop-motion dinosaurs.
Thanks for the help, Sheila. You can have this egg I found in
Dang,
my
he must have been
house.
getting them when they first came out. I would assume so. My dad is really into films. It's funny, every single member of my family collects different things. I collect video games. Hey, hon. My sister collects various collectible figures, mostly Funko Pops. My brother, who I think is in chat, collects Aliens memorabilia. Like the movie series. My dad collects movies. My mom collects Owl stuff and Hello Kitty stuff, and occasionally Barbie stuff. My grandma used to collect antique clocks. My grandpa, when he was still alive, collected model train stuff. My aunt on my dad's side collects a lot of random novelty stuff, like puppets and Halloween things. And my uncle on my dad's side collects radios.
The Rhinox have shut down our cloud generator, and I'll never see a rainbow again.
Like, every member of my family collects something different. I don't know about any uncles or aunts on my mom's family, because we don't really talk about them much. Because, as my mom put it, her side of the family is kind of insane. She is the most normal member of her side of the family.
Big and strong like yours, I could
Are you ready
easily
to flee
glide
your
across
mind,
here.
babe? I do not wish to flee my mind. So this level can be occasionally troublesome to 100% because there's always like a gem missing that I can't find. Been collecting Reptile Folk figurines and back then rare games. Yeah, I don't collect games as much as I used to, aside from getting new stuff, because it's just gotten stupidly expensive, but I've started kind of collecting games again, focusing on the cheaper, obscure stuff. And since I've started streaming, it's actually been good for stream occasionally, because I can find stuff that most people don't stream, so some people get to see for the first time.
If you hold down the square button, you can
I have
see
noticed a
them with
bunch of the
target
streamers I follow, and some of my streamer friends have also been streaming obscure stuff from like the GameCube gen out of the blue. Not even just obscure stuff, just GameCube era games in general. I think Duper was doing Chicken Little at one point. Whereas I'm the one who's doing them on original hardware most of the time. But it's not like it's really a bad thing, because original hardware can be a little difficult to set up. And I'm not even doing it in the best way. I really should be using an upscaler. And also for not to do it online, but check in stores. Yeah, I really need to go out shopping again. I miss going out. I think I'm getting to the point where I'm ready to trust public transit again. Because I kind of am sick of just staying in the house all the time. I think I'm ready to go out again. Is COVID, like, still a thing? I'd imagine it is, but I haven't heard anyone mention COVID in a long time. Is it just no longer the hot button issue that it was, or did we actually finally move past it? I feel like we haven't.
Well, well, if it isn't my favorite dragon. The sorceress
Collect
has
games
put
and
me
film
in charge of
cameras.
guarding these bellows.
Yeah, I've seen
However, I
the
suppose I
cameras you
might
post.
look the
Some of them are very
other
cool.
way
I love
if
old
I was
tech.
distracted by counting gems.
COVID is still happening. It is just more like the flu now. Yeah, it's just more of a nuisance that can still be dangerous.
Ooh, yes. Precious, precious gems. Well then, Spyro, you may now use the bellows anytime.
I mean, I obviously don't trust the general public. I've never trusted the general public, but I especially don't now. God. So if I am going out anywhere, I'm probably going to keep a little portable bottle of hand sanitizer with me.
To get your longest glide, press the X button at the very top of your jump and use the...
Yes, I know. Because the pandemic revealed a lot of things about people. Not specifically Americans, people in general, but Americans are kind of the focus of the problem here. We, as people, will never come together for the common good. Especially as Americans, because Americans will not do anything to sacrifice their personal liberties if it's a mild inconvenience.
Oh, you activated the bellows? Maybe I can get the cloud generator working again.
Of course not, that was the main thing with Walking Dead. I never watched The Walking Dead, nor did I read the comics. But then again, I treat people like zombies before actual zombies. I'll have to post them in the Discord since I've gotten a few more cameras that I haven't posted yet. One that uses floppy disks, and one 828 camera that is from the 40s. Okay, so I have a question kind of specifically for SimKey, but anyone else can answer too. When it comes to technology, like electronics. Oh, I forgot that's a level. What is your favorite aesthetic? For me, it's the fake wood that you saw in a lot of 70s electronics. Like the Atari 2600 and some old stereos. I love that aesthetic, and I wish people would bring it back. Second choice is the clear colored plastic from the 90s. That a lot of electronics had. She's saying we just love the 80s style. Probably Art Deco, 50s streamlined Atomic Age, and 80s style. Oh yeah, Atomic Age is Atomic Age stuff. Isn't that what Fallout based a lot of its stuff from? It was the 50s, right? When everyone was obsessed with nuclear energy. I actually don't think I know what Art Deco is. Yeah, the old ones did. Okay. Yeah, I don't actually think I know what Art Deco is. I probably know what it is, and the name just doesn't ring a bell.
We usually wake up our...
It's a style from the 20s. Yeah, I'd probably have to see a picture of it. Art Deco is more like BioShock or Batman animated series. Which Batman animated series are we talking about? Are we talking about the 90s one or the 40s one? Was it the 40s? There was an earlier animated series, I think, that was based around Adam West's Batman. The 90s ones, okay. There was another animated Batman series, yeah? That was Batman the Animated Series? I'm not confusing that with something else, am I? Was there another? Batman and Robin! Yeah, that's what it was called. Okay. I don't think I've ever actually seen it, but I think that version of Batman and Robin is one of the crossovers for the Scooby-Doo movies involved. Because I know the old Scooby-Doo movies, there was one where they met the Joker and Batman and Robin, and then there was another one where they met the Three Stooges. Is that an example on Discord? I'm going to pause to have a look. Oh, that style! Oh, I love that style. Yeah, I love that. Alright, now the opposite question. What's your least favorite aesthetic for electronics? Mine is whatever the fuck the PS5 is doing. Let's not... Yeah, the Harlem Globetrotters. God, Oh, there's stuff up there. God, I actually... Hun, I think you just unlocked a memory. Oh yeah, that's how we get up there. No, it's not. How the fuck do I get up there? There you go, you have a good rest of the stream. Okay. Good night, Simkey. Modern bland stuff. Yeah, am I a boomer? Am I a hipster? I don't know. Do I care? Certainly not. Ah, up here. Here we go. Hard to say, but I would say the very cheap 60s with baby colors. Ooh, yeah. I don't know, some 60s stuff, I like because it reminds me of the, animated Yellow Submarine Beatles movie, which I liked growing up. But a lot of it is really, ugly. I think that would be called, would that be, kitschy? Kitschy, I think it's spelled. Because I know there's stuff like that in Animal Crossing. I fucking hate it. Yeah, modern electronics are fucking boring in comparison to the, older electronics, because everything's gotta be all fucking futuristic or bland and standardized and whatnot. It's so fucking hideous. I want fake wood on my electronics. Alternatively, I want the funky shit we got in the 90s. I want that shit back. Because that stuff had style, it had personality, it was so nice. And now everything's either a cube, or a circle, or a rectangle. And are barely indistinguishable from each other. I mean, as much as I love the Switch, even the Switch is, like, pretty bland in comparison to Nintendo's previous consoles. So they've kind of stopped with the whole unique stuff since the Wii. Ugh, gone. Boy, do I have a console for you. Uh-oh, what is your console, Ball? The PlayStation 5. Fuck, I'm missing a single gem. As you know, how do you want to say the 3DO? I've actually heard the 3DO isn't, like, completely terrible. It does actually have a few good games, and some of the games that were on it and the PS1 are actually slightly better on the 3DO. Ah, here we go. What was it? It was just... It was just... raciest? I mean, like with the... Oh, racist. Okay. Wait, there were Japanese games on the 3DO. It actually got a release in Japan. It was actually somewhat popular in Japan because a Japanese tech company got the rights to put their name on it. There's a really good port of one of the Samurai Showdown games on it, as a matter of fact. So, given what I know about the creator of the 3DO, I wouldn't be surprised if that was true. after it got sold. Oh, that is true. Well, I mean, the reason why the 3DO was such a goddamn problem was because the two guys who created it had a genius idea. They couldn't produce the console themselves, but they had the design. So what they would do is they were going to sell the design of the console to another company. That company got to design the shell and put their name on it, but the innards belonged to the two guys. And I think they first went to Panasonic for that. And they got robbed because Panasonic completely lowballed them and bought it at an extremely reduced price, which forced them to up the consumer price of the console so they could actually profit off of it because they got lowballed so badly. Because the 3DO when it came out was like $600, and honestly the modern equivalent of that is actually the PS3 costing around the same. Because, like, if I'm not mistaken, the PS3, even if you don't account for inflation, it's still, I think, more expensive than the PS5 and Xbox Series X, isn't it? I forget how much those cost. I haven't actually looked at how much they cost. I like the 3D models blending through the environment occasionally. Which I think also made it more rare to find.
Ooh, look out, Hunter. It's the scary sorceress.
I've warned you already. This place isn't safe for small dragons and pussycats.
Thanks, but I think we can look after ourselves.
Try looking after this.
Come back when you finish witch school, okay?
Say, is it just me, or is she kind of cute when she's angry?
I think Hunter agrees with you, Hun. She's also, like, one of the most, popular characters on a certain website. Don't say the name, because I can actually get in trouble. I think a lot of furries mention that, the certain website, the one with the 3 numbers. And I don't actually think they should be saying that, since, you know, you can actually get your account suspended for even mentioning sites like that.
My portal is working again. Come
You're
visit
great.
the
Oh dear.
Lodge.
Yeah, the links. Thank you for the follow. Markiplier. E. I need to get an E redeemed. Oh, that would be a good sign. Need the links. How did you find me? If you don't mind me asking. That Spyro emote? Spyro 3 category. Oh, those are your emotes. I like those emotes. Well done. Spyro 3 category. Nice. Are there many people streaming Spyro 3 right now? I can't imagine there's many people streaming it right now. I know it's a fairly popular series, but... Oh, I think I can safely assume you're a Spyro fan.
Rhinox are running rampant around here.
Maybe
but
6 to
I
10
can't get
streams at the
anyone out of
moment.
the Tiki
Hmm?
Lodge long enough to do
It's actually more than I
anything
thought. I think the skill point here is all the flowers. Oh, either way, welcome on in. Hope you enjoy the stream. I'm just a funny little dragon playing funny little games. Actually, as a matter of fact, I'm a funny little dragon playing as a funny little dragon. Almost as funny as the funny little gay people on my phone. Spyro was one of those games that you love? Me too, buddy. In fact, this trilogy, because I did previously stream the first two games on PS1. This is the whole reason my persona is a dragon. A bit of Spike backstory. My persona actually was originally a Blaziken, but I eventually changed it to a dragon because I felt it fit me more. And it's entirely because of the Spyro series. I adored these games when I was a kid, especially the third one. When I was real little and I first got a dream catcher, because, you know, I'm a white family and every white family has a dream catcher at some point, depending on how old you are. Because it was a hip thing to steal from Native Americans, I guess. But I had a dream catcher, and when I was having recurring nightmares, I actually thought that Spyro was protecting me in the dream catcher. Which, of course, is a very silly thing to think, but I was a little kid, and I really like Spyro. Yeah, I love this series. And the way Activision Blizzard is treating the series and the people who make it is a fucking travesty. Oh yeah, since you're new, I do swear an awful lot. I will casually drop F-bombs and several other words. Oh, camera, what the hell are you doing? Alright, I cannot 100% this level because I need Sergeant Bird. There's like one level per world where you need the character from the next world to actually 100% it. And I think this is, this world's level. We're gonna come back to Sergeant Bird. You can actually get into Bird early. Am I expecting to do this yourself a lot? Okay. Yeah, I actually don't know any speedrun tricks for this game, funnily enough. I replay it occasionally, but I never actually bothered to learn any speedrunning tricks. Or just any glitches in general. I really should. Because the only game that I actually speedrun is Mario 64.
Here, take this
You can
egg.
jump
It
onto
will
the
give
top
you
of his
away at
portal
the
frame, you
TV
can go
lot
in.
last night.
Excuse me. Yep. How hard is that to do? I can see the edge of the portal bleeding through. Yeah, it's like right there. Maybe if I... Hold on. I think I can actually easily do this. Wait a sec. If I can use this to get a little... Uh-oh. It's the higher pole. Alright. Yeah, I was trying to reach it, but I kind of fell. I want to see if I can do this. Shit. Okay, no, this pole is a little harder than it looks. I'm gonna go here real quick and open that chest while I'm here. Your first speedrun strat if you do. Hey, Gadget. I was at one point thinking of speedrunning Destiny 1 Strikes with Titan. This is also when Path of Exile was just coming out, and yeah. Oh yeah, Gadget, weren't you obsessed with Path of Exile? I almost downloaded it on my Steam Deck earlier. I'm actually half tempted to download it tomorrow. Because I was going to like just completely retire Path of Exile, but I'm seeing everybody playing Diablo and I want to play a better game. So I might actually start playing Path of Exile again. I would like the camera. Alright. Top part, you will need to hover. Okay, top part. Come on. Come on, Spyro. There we go. Unfortunately, regular members of my stream cannot post links, but I need charge jump too. So, God damn it! I want to try to do this, but
helps to have a map.
Thanks, man. Damn it! I can literally see part of the portal bleeding through. Here's the map. What do you wish? Oh wait, this. Oh, I don't think this one has a map. The little ring at the top. Oh, that thing! I'm looking for that. I was looking at the complete wrong thing. So I've never done a charge jump before, but I think I can do this. Oh, I almost did it! Haha!
Hello, Spyro. I'm just
That's awesome.
at the Tiki Lodge for some R&R.
My first speedrun strat.
I'm playing a game of hide and seek with my friends. If I can't find
Well, I've actually been noticing these three games have a lot of bleeding, just in general. Because I've seen plenty of instances where models are bleeding through the geometry. I don't know if that's just a thing that a lot of PS1 games do or what, but I'm noticing it a lot more. Yeah, get the gems first, just to get that out of the way. So I'm gonna get caught up in chat real quick because I think I missed some. Alright. Grim Dawn. Yeah, it's my jam favorite action RPG at the moment. Or if you want more shitty style, Remnant 2 been popular. The PS1 render itself is weird. That doesn't mean that it's actually bleeding, but in this case, the portal trigger was actually that big. Good God. Yeah, I don't know all the terms. And also, I just want to point out, this is actually being done on the PS2. In fact, this is a subpar method of streaming the game because I'm using a composite to HDMI converter instead of an upscaler. But this is actually on a PS2. Did these first just respawn? I think they're respawning. Yeah, they're just respawning. Alright, cool. All they do is get in the way, though. There we go. So using the PS1 render engine. Yeah. Well, I mean, I just wanted to point out that this is actually original hardware. Because I do know a lot of streamers who stream old games don't always do original hardware. And I pride myself on the fact that I am able to do this, even if it's not the most ideal way of doing it. So, just wanted to point that out. Because I actually have a pretty big collection of games that I've been building up since I was very young. Some of these games, like this one, I've had since I was a kid. I have a oh god. Go through, okay. I have an Atari 7800, a ColecoVision, an NES, an SNES Junior, a Genesis Model 2, a Sega Saturn, an N64, a GameCube, a Dreamcast, PS2. This is a fat PS2, but I have a slim in the game room upstairs. An original Xbox, an Xbox 360, a PS3 Super Slim, a Nintendo Wii, a Wii U, a PS4, a Switch, a Steam Deck, which isn't really a console, but it might as well be. I have a Game Boy, the Brick. I also have a Pocket, and a Game Boy Color, a Neo Geo Pocket Color, a Game Gear, a GBA, a GBA SP, a Fat DS, a new 3DS XL, a PSP, I think it's the 1000 model, and a PS Vita. And I also have 4 Game & Watches, 2 originals for Mario Brothers and Mario Cement Factory, and the 2 modern Super Mario Brothers and Legend of Zelda ones. And I also have an electronic tabletop game called Galaxy 2, which is known as Astro Wars in Europe. And I feel like I'm missing something. Oh, I have a Genesis Mini, Genesis Mini 2, NES Mini, and SNES Mini.
Take this egg
And a partridge and a pear tree. Yeah, so that's all my consoles. I do not have a PS5 or a Series X yet, but we are likely to get both. Essentially, the technical term is the PS1 had no way in hardware to sort polygons in the right order, so the devs actually had to write a sorting code manually to draw X in the right order. Is that why the, is that why there's vert jitter? Because I know the term for PS1 polygons breathing, or just being really wobbly, is called vert jitter. Which is a thing that, from what I know, developers hated at the time, but has become a beloved feature of the PS1. Sergeant Bird blows up a wall. Oh, I think I found the wall. Is that not the wall? Oh, where's the wall at? Oh, there it is. There we go. Vert jitter comes down to lack of a floating point unit on the PS1. Yeah, I kind of understand these terms. I am not well versed in this stuff, but I do kind of understand it at least. And the question is, can I get out of here? Yes. I'm gonna have to kill the flowers
Spyro,
again.
you're just in time. I saw 2 egg thieves run through this door. Well, actually, they paid me to guard their hideout, but that's irrelevant. I'll happily let you through.
Thank you for the Luigi.
A small finder's fee. Thank you, Spyro, and best of luck catching those dastardly egg thieves.
Oh, alright. Those that do not know, floating point is used typically in decimal numbers like 7 or 1.7, but on the PS1 it could only do whole numbers or integers. Ah, okay.
Are you the dragon looking for all those eggs? Because I saw a shifty-looking character with one over there.
So the egg thieves were in Spyro 1. And I think there were 2 additional thieves that had gems or keys or something. And I don't think the gem thieves were really in Spyro 2 at all, aside from the level with the elephants and the berry tree. Where they didn't even carry eggs. I think they were carrying lambs. But the egg thieves are actually back in this as egg thieves, serving their original purpose. Just a little thing, but it was one of the things that I enjoyed about Spyro 1 that was removed in Spyro 2 and became a prominent feature of Spyro 3, the Egg Thieves. And this becomes a supercharged ramp later. Oh, this guy's yellow. I thought he was just blue. Is it yellow or green? So yeah, the vert jitter It's trying to go between, say, 1 and 2, but it can't do decimal numbers. Okay, that makes sense. Honestly, when you think about it, it's a miracle any video games actually get released.
Hey, there goes another one. He was really fast. Maybe if I activate the supercharge, you'll be able to catch him.
I recognize this guy's voice. Oop. Who voices the Stonies? It's not Rob Paulson, is it? No, I don't think that's Rob Paulson. Is it, though? I'm still missing some gems. Come on, dude. I guess I can just do that too. Game engines have to do a lot at a stable enough frame rate. Back during this time, frame rate wasn't too big a deal as long as it wasn't a slideshow. That is true. I mean, I think a lot of games from this time didn't even run at 30 FPS. I think they were close to like 15. A lot has changed now. How many gems am I missing? Fuck. There's like a single gem somewhere. Oh, thank God they're there. And look at Shadow of Colossus. Shadow of the Colossus on PS2 has a completely dreadful frame rate. Not on PS3 though. It's actually quite nice on PS3. I don't know if hitting all these flowers does something, but I want to hit all the flowers. Spyro was one of those special games where it had an infinite render distance on the PS1, something that wasn't really seen back then. Oh yeah, they I know they kind of pioneered a technique to have low-res versions of models in the distance. That was like one of the big impressive things about the Spyro trilogy. I don't remember if hitting all the flowers does something, but I'm gonna hit them anyways. PC frame rate was quite bad, yet it was still very successful. True. PS2 often had the worst versions of games, but it was very cheap. So nobody cared because fucking everyone had a PS3 or a PS2. Did you get anything? Did the flowers not do anything? Don't think I missed one. Yeah, I guess they just don't do anything. Dig it. Oh wait, there was... No, that just goes back there. Huh? Guess the flowers don't do anything. I guess the skill point was actually hidden in the wall. Well, so you wouldn't actually know it was worse unless you went out of your way to find out. True. The flowers do nothing. Okay. Active level of detail, it's something commonly used now, but back then games used a masking fog. Yeah, I think that was one of the reasons why Silent Hill was so effective as a horror game when it came out, because it actually made the fog terrifying. The flowers. Now any game around 30 is terrible compared to the new gen. Even though ironically some top games actually been lowering frame rates like Guilty Gear and Hi-Fi Rush. The flowers, they will not sing.
Yay! My portal is working! I'll see.
Guys, I just realized something. I forgot to do the first level. I did Sheila's Alp first and completely forgot about this one. I started with Sheila's Alp. I meant to go back to this one and I completely forgot that I didn't do it. Yeah, it was great that Silent Hill used the con and turned it into lore and made it a good thing like the fog. Yep.
Oh my, can you help us? Hordes of ferocious Rhinox have overrun our town and kidnapped the mayor.
Yeah, because in this level, most of the Rhinox don't even really attack Spyro. Old games use limitations to make a good experience, unlike these days with the most powerful hardware release a broken pile of crap. I want game developers to be paid more money to work less hours on shorter games with worse graphics, and I'm not joking. You're out. Bye. Alright, see you, pal. Well, this going for Sheila first unlocks the extra levels for her here. Yep, that was kind of my main reason for going there. Or going... Yeah, going there first. I will say Silent Hill 2 shocked me with the 60 frames and the CGI. Yeah, I played it long after the fact, so... So cool, though. My copy of Silent Hill 2 actually has a fucked up disc. There's a divot in it, so a lot of the CG cutscenes skip or just refuse to play. And I haven't gotten a replacement copy. I think games are too big these days and have way too much going on. I don't mind longer stories, but like 100+ gig downloads and installs are a red flag to me. Yeah, I completely, wholeheartedly agree, and I think a lot of gamers with a capital G nowadays are being really stupid about a lot of that stuff. Oh, you don't like your big 100 gig downloads? Oh, I bet you'd play Call of Duty every year. Bitch, I don't play Call of Duty. Well, I bet you'd do it if you had a PS5. I don't have a PS5. Well, I bet you'd do it if you had Game Pass. I don't have an Xbox. Well, then what do you do? I play Switch games. Well, and you're not a real gamer. Like, in all honesty, I don't know what possesses me to talk to people on Facebook anymore, because I swear everyone's just getting dumber. We were having the conversation with Lizardbane earlier. I don't think it's just the kids, I think it's the adults too. I think everybody is just genuinely getting dumber. I am too. I will admit I'm getting dumber, but the thing is that I'm dumb with self-awareness, and I hate it. Yeah, I mean, I want replay value, but yeah, 100 gig can be too much. This is what we call moving the goalpost. Yeah, pretty much. That's exactly what it is. A little side note, I hate the so-called COD types of players. Like they are buying the same game year after year at this point. Yeah. I have mentioned before how I will see a viral tweet from some dude named something like Mr. McDouchebag, complaining about how there's nothing good to play these days. And I go to their profile and they're sponsored on Kick and only stream COD and extraction shooters. There is a very specific content creator I am referencing here, and I would prefer if nobody says his name because I really don't like disparaging other content creators, but you all have probably seen tweets like that, and it's always from that kind of person. It's always from someone who only plays one kind of game. And it's always a genre that is oversaturated. Be it a military FPS, or a battle royale, or a sports game, or something like that. Because, I mean, you cannot tell me with a straight face that there aren't interesting games coming out when we had a fucking cosmic horror fishing game. Like, Dredge is one of the best games I've ever played. It's so unique.
Hi,
If you
Spyro.
haven't played Sunless Seas.
Each time a fairy zaps you
Which I
like
haven't.
this,
But I do want to. People that only play
use
shooters
your
and think that
progress to
shooters are the
save.
only thing annoying
if
me
you
to
get into
death.
trouble,
Oh,
you'll
you...
return to the last place
I
you got
wholeheartedly
zapped.
agree with you. As someone who plays basically every genre aside from sports games, like, there's so much coming out. You just need to know where to look. And in some cases, it's literally right in your face. And most people just refuse to look. Like, I have seen people on Facebook who only play realistic AAA games. They don't play anything else. Rip that chicken, by the way. And it's funny that these developers complain about Elden Ring and Baldur's Gate 3, or Dave the Diver. Dave the Diver is another unique one, because it's a diving game where you,
Thanks for the...
dive for fish, and then sell it to a sushi restaurant or something, right? Baldur's Gate 3. Alright, yeah. Yeah, I was trying to go through in my head what games have BG in their name.
Thank you for rescuing my town. As mayor, I award you with one of our famous giant chicken eggs.
Yeah, mainly you're helping run a sushi while also learning about sea people. Yeah, I want to play Dave the Diver. I actually don't think Dave the Diver would set off my thalassophobia, funnily enough. It doesn't look like it would.
Ugliest chicken I've ever seen.
But also, like, that you play as a husky fellow. Yeah, I mean, that's another thing about Dave the Diver, is you are playing as a guy who is not conventionally attractive. And I think that's actually a pretty major thing, because usually in video games, you're always playing as someone who's conventionally attractive. I am not going to say that Dave the Diver, the character, is unattractive, but he's definitely not what I would call conventionally attractive. He's a pretty big guy and a pretty hairy guy. There's definitely people who are attracted to that. I don't know if I'm necessarily one of those people, but I know people who would be. But that's the point, is that he's not what many people would consider attractive. And I think that's a very important thing, because a lot of games nowadays are very clearly trying to reach mass market appeal, so everyone looks fucking the same. They either look like generic white man, or they're a bimbo.
Hey, Spyro, there are
With some
rivals
exceptions.
everywhere. Maybe I can find some peace and
Literally
quiet
play a
in
game
the
where you roll a
tower.
ball and that is more intuitive than Shooty Band Gang 2027. Neo, are you referring to Katamari or Monkey Ball? Because if you're referring to Katamari, you and I are going to get along very nicely. I didn't mean to skip that. Marble Blast. It was not on my bingo card. I'll have to look into that one. I mean, speaking of Katamari, though, that's another thing, is that Katamari kind of got a resurgence in popularity because of the Wheel of Katamari remake. The one that I never thought we'd ever get. And, it's completely revitalized my love for the series. I already was a big Katamari fan, but it actually made me go out and buy the rest of the series. And I played through them all. Well, aside from Touch My Katamari, the less said about that one, the better. But, like, even then, that is a perfect example of what people who only play COD are missing out on. I feel like most of them would just... excuse me. I feel like most of them would just ignore it because it's either too weird or too Japanese or too kiddie or something, but it's one of the most goofy and satisfying games you can play. Yeah, if you haven't played Katamari, I don't think you fully grasp how satisfying it is to go from rolling up, like, books and food to literally rolling up entire continents. Especially if you're playing beautiful Katamari, where there's a mission where you go from rolling up small stuff to people to buildings to islands to entire cities to entire countries to the Earth and stars, and it ends with you plugging a black hole. I think half of the issue with the COD gamers is they are under some weird pressure growing up. Playing COD makes you cool, even though they are only 9 years old. Well, I mean, I feel like even as adults, they're still like that, too. Like, I mean, I don't know what possesses me to actually try to talk to people on Facebook, like talk to strangers. But I have encountered all sorts of complete, like, losers who will berate you and insult you because you're not playing the latest, bang bang shooty face game. And because you dare to be interested in something more niche like Katamari or Ys or Legend of Heroes or something else like that. I'm desperately trying to come up with obscure game names. It's kind of hard to do platforming and talk at the same time. True, why I remember watching the story over a reviewer totally bashing Elden Ring, saying it's the worst game ever, yet said WWE 2K22 is great. Now, see, I don't have a big interest in Elden Ring, but I wouldn't call it a bad game. I actually do kind of want to play it. In fact, as the days go on, I actually want to give the Soulsborne games a proper try, because I've never properly tried to play them. I do own Dark Souls for Xbox 360, and we do own Bloodborne. I'm probably just going to end up getting the remastered version of... Oh, shit. Got to do that. Probably just going to end up getting the remastered version on PS4, and then the sequels, but I actually really do want to sit down and play the Souls games at some point. God forbid if you tell these COD boys to play Stardew Valley. I remember a dude on Facebook who was criticizing a reviewer for giving some big AAA game a low score or something because she says in her bio that her favorite game is Animal Crossing. And I outright point out to the dude, you know people play multiple kinds of games, right? Like, just because her favorite game is Animal Crossing doesn't mean she doesn't have a good opinion on games. My favorite game is Gravity Rush 2, and that's the only game like that I play. Which, okay, to be fair, a bad example because there's not many games like Gravity Rush 2. But still, like, just because you play one kind of game doesn't mean everyone else does. But I mean, I've also seen people, or these COD gamers, I don't know if everyone I'm talking about is a COD gamer, but I mean, they sure seem like it. They don't seem to understand the concept of playing small games or relaxing games in your downtime. Because, I mean, if you're really into gaming, you shouldn't be playing 100-hour games back-to-back like that. That is how you get burned out. You need smaller stuff in between. I mean, I stream a fair variety of games, and I play a fair variety of games, but in between games like Xenoblade Chronicles 3 and Skyrim, I'm playing stuff like Dwarf Romantic and Grapple Dog. After I'm done with something meaty like Tears of the Kingdom, I'm going to be playing something a little more simple, like, it's on the tip of my tongue. What was the game? I was going to name something specific. What the fuck was it? Oh, Euro Truck Sim. And I mean, even while I'm playing games like that, I still play smaller stuff in between sessions, just to allow me to get my daily dopamine hit with something a little less involved. It's like when I was playing Xenoblade 3 for the entire month of June, I was playing it for like 3 hours a day. And after I hit my 3 hours of Xenoblade 3, because that was like a decent time to spend in the game, I would sit down and play something else, like Mario Kart or some kind of puzzle game, to give myself a chance to just relax while still playing the game. If you do get Elden Ring on PC, can do some co-op with you with the mod. Yeah, I haven't decided when or if I'll get Elden Ring. I'm actually far more likely to get the Souls games than Elden Ring. But I will always consider it. I do know Elden Ring actually runs surprisingly well on the Steam Deck because Baal, who was here earlier and is one of my good friends, played Elden Ring on his Steam Deck because it kept crashing his laptop and for some reason was not crashing his Steam Deck. And I do all of my PC gaming from a Steam Deck. Like, it has completely just replaced my actual PC for PC gaming, funnily enough. Also, the whole rank thing, too, where I feel like let me get rusty that don't keep up. That is called FOMO. And I fucking despise FOMO. That's one of the things I really hate about the modern Pokemon games, is they still rely on FOMO, and in fact, it's actually worse than it used to be. At least in my opinion. Well, okay, no, it used to be events. Like, physical events, so that's certainly worse than what it is now. There we go. I got another cheat code I want to use. Yeah. So this cheat code is a leftover from when the skateboarding stuff was only in the Lost Fleet level. There is actually one thing I hate in modern game times is microtransactions. Yep. The video game industry is fucking exhausting now. Truthfully, don't mind if they're on free-to-play games, but on paid games, yeah, quite icky. I mean, it really depends. Okay, so if it's a free-to-play game and it's just cosmetics, and I like the game, I will buy what I want because, in my opinion, I am supporting the devs. I do that a lot in Warframe because I really like Warframe. If it actually gives you a gameplay advantage in any way, that's shitty. The EXP boosters is shitty. Like, the best way to really picture the mindset of people who are publishers who have things like EXP boosters is Ubisoft's CEO in like 2014 or something said, "We want to turn $60 players into $200 players." And keep in mind, he said that. Everyone criticized them, and everyone immediately forgot because they released another big game. Because gamers have the attention span of a fucking goldfish. These publishers can get away with this shit because they know gamers will forget about it when the next big game comes out. Funny thing is, in development, skateboarding didn't exist in Lost Fleet. It did exist in Sunnyvale at the time, though. Okay, so I was just repeating what the cheat code page on I was just repeating what the cheat code page on IGN was talking about. I don't know why I was necessarily trusting that, because it is fucking, you know, IGN, but still. Oh, speaking of Ubisoft, see what they're trying to do recently. You mean the inactive account thing? Yeah, I did see that. My account's probably been deleted, which means the few Ubisoft or Uplay games I own are probably completely unplayable now. Aren't you so glad that the games you rightfully purchased that you never found the time to play are now just permanently removed from your library? Because Ubisoft was upset that you weren't playing the game 24/7? Or some other bullshit like that.
We've got to have money.
Yeah, a little behind on chat at the moment. There's some balloon thing up there. And oh, God. Oh, it's this. Yeah. Let me get caught up. Since you don't log into your UB Connect account, it will get deleted. The only sign of there being skateboarding in Lost Fleet in the prototype build was a random skateboard model near a crab. Wait, that's a dragon head. Thought that was a squid. Well, it said squid in the cheat code thing. Is this not a squid?
Hey, that was great.
It's a
And while you
Squidward.
were
Okay.
boarding, I found this.
Neil, I think you might know more about Spyro 3 than I do. Because, I didn't know about the Lost Fleet thing.
All right, if you can catch all the lizards without wiping out and before time runs out.
Because again, I was just repeating what it said in
might be able to
IGN.
scrounge up another egg.
So, Hunter, we're supposed to be working together, yeah? Why can't you just give me the egg? You're a squid now. You're a kid now. You're a squid. You're a skateboard. You're a squid. You're a skateboard. You're a squid. You're a skateboard. I don't know. Don't listen to me. Oh, that's a lizard. Alright. Gotcha.
Whoa, that was
Lost Fleet has an
sweet.
unused track that is
And
entirely
there's
different from the one
another
on the
egg in
final.
lizard burrow.
I think I knew about that. Well, I do know a couple of the tracks in the game in the Black Label release were reused in other levels, and then in the Greatest Hits version, which is what I'm streaming, they actually had new tracks, which were kind of just remixes of those same songs or something. And I think Lost Fleet was actually one of those ones. I don't think I know about an unused track, though. Alright, level complete, so I can just leave. Someone gave him in the pants in exchange for clearing the lizard, so he's tricking you to do it. True. Lost Fleet technically has a modification of Sheila's album. Yeah, I was going to say, I think that's the one. I think, one level later in the game has a remix or originally used Sergeant Bird's theme. It's another version that is ghostly. Ooh. Yeah, Lost Fleet is not a level that I enjoy all that much. That's the one I'm thinking of. Also, I'm going to say right now, I am not necessarily 100%ing the game, because I don't like the speedway levels, or the flight levels, whatever the fuck they're called. I have never liked them. I will be 100%ing all 3 games whenever I get around to streaming the Reignited trilogy. And I have played the Reignited trilogy before. I've played through the whole trilogy once on PS4, once on Switch, and I only finished the first game on PC before I decided I was going to stream it. I'm going to stream the PC version.
And then they smashed it into a big pile of rocks. Oddly enough, the Rhinox failed to see the humor in the story and stuffed my friends in the jail behind you.
God, it's already 8:41. Yeah, I somehow thought this game would be going by much quicker. By the way, fun fact, Neo, since you're new, I have thalassophobia. In fact, I have pretty severe thalassophobia. So I'm actually quite angsty at the moment, now that I'm in this level. This level isn't as bad as... Come here, buddy. What was it? I think it was Aquarius in Spyro 2. That level was really hard for me because of the fucking mechanical sharks. That's sharks. So no whisper with the unused music. Okay, I'll have a look after stream. I don't usually check DMs while I'm streaming. So, Neo, are you, into other games from this era, like, say, N64 games? Or is it just the Spyro series? You seem to know an awful lot about the PS1, so that's kind of why I'm asking.
If you want a quick summary of your progress in a world, you can press...
Because this is the era of gaming that I grew up with. First console bought for me was an N64, and one of the first games I played was Mario 64. And I actually own an awful lot of N64 games. Not as many PS1 games, too. Kind of hard to get. So the level that uses Sergeant Bird is Enchanted Towers. That's it! Okay, I knew it had towers in the name, but I couldn't remember what it was. I like how that still works. But it's actually not supposed to play it, even the code says it's not supposed to play it, yet it does. Oh, okay. I also know at the end of Spyro 3 in Midnight Mountain, when you beat the game, what was supposed to happen is you're supposed to unlock a new whatever the fucking spinning sparkles are. I think it's called like a whirl or something like that. I forget what it's called. There was supposed to be one that showed up that would take you to an island way off in the distance, like absurdly far in the distance, to get an extra egg. And from what I remember on the Cutting Room Floor wiki, there was some person at Insomniac who decided at the last minute, without telling the person who made that, to just move the egg to spawn in on a different part of Midnight Mountain, and you're just basically automatically given it. But if you use cheats, you can actually re-enable that whirlwind, that's it, yeah, the whirlwind. If you use cheats, you can actually re-enable the whirlwind, and it'll take you to the island, which now has nothing there. And they actually re-enabled it for Reignited. Like, they actually restored it for Reignited, which I wasn't expecting. That whirlwind originally took the player to the super bonus round portal, but the portal was moved to its current location, leaving behind 3 life bars jars on the island. Ah, okay. Okay, so, yeah, it has been a while. Like the Crash games, also played Tony Hawk games. I have Crash 2 and 3 on PS1. I also have Insane Trilogy on PS4. I don't actually own the first one, though. I am not the biggest fan of Crash, but when I was really young, I had a crush on Coco. Let's play Crash Team Racing. I have the original, and I have the remake as well on Switch, and as much as I enjoy the remake, I kind of did something that I really shouldn't have done to prove a point. I grinded out 300 hours of gameplay to unlock all the cosmetics. Just to prove a point about how fucking asinine that is. I still like the Crash Team Racing remake, but I haven't played it in quite some time because... I mean, I literally played 300 hours in, like, what, half a year? Maybe a little over a year or something. So... awful lot of, Crash. I already read that, yeah. Let's see if you know which Spyro 3 level has a secret cave in it with an extra life jar in it. I have no clue. You'd think with, Huh. I don't remember this. Fireworks Factory. Oh, God. That is my least favorite level in the entire game, as a matter of fact. Sorrow, my girlfriend, likes that level, but that's actually my least favorite. I have never liked the twins. That level I find to be kind of annoying, and I don't appreciate that I have to return with Agent 9 in order to actually finish the level. And in the two versions of Reignited, where I played Fireworks Factory, Switch and PS4, Fireworks Factory was the buggiest level in Spyro 3. I had so many problems with the Ninja Rhinox dropping gems in nearly unreachable spots. Because they would die while moving, and their bodies would get, like, sucked up a ladder, and the gem would just land somewhere on top of the ladder. Not even ladders sometimes it was the walls. There was one gem I actually had to spend 20 minutes trying to reach. Pretty sure you have heard of the cut mini-boss from Dino Mines. I think I've actually seen the model for it at one point. Because I did read the Cutting Room Floor wiki page. It's just been a while since I last read it. I usually like reading that stuff after I've finished the game. Of course, Spyro 3 I finished when I was a kid. You motherfucker! Bitch. Uh-oh. No, they don't. Yeah, only the level mesh exists for that boss, and the devs do not remember what it was either. Oh, that's funny.
Wow! I can't believe I survived that blast! It's a good thing I kept this egg nice and safe in my pocket.
They didn't know about the music bug and the egg bug. Oh yeah, I also know that the cutscene for the first boss doesn't actually play in the Black Label version, and the only way to view it is to use a cheat code to view the cutscenes. Again, this is the greatest hits version, so we won't run into that issue. But the thing is, I don't actually own a PS1. I first played PS1 games when my family got a PS2 when it originally launched. And they got... the PS2 was actually bought, I think, by my dad for himself. And my parents bought the Spyro trilogy for me, so I had something to play on it. Because basically every family had a PS2. Is the Black Label version, if you did things in the wrong order, your save would be forever unbeatable. Oh, wonderful. Yeah, the real unfortunate thing about Spyro Reignited, and keep in mind, I still love Reignited, is Spyro 3 is once again the buggiest of the trilogy. And in fact, it's actually buggier than it was in the PS1. And it's really, really unfortunate. Because it's also my favorite of the trilogy. I adore this game. Ironically, Twice for Bob didn't work on Spyro 3 Reignited. Oh, that explains a lot. Who did Spyro 3? I actually didn't know that they outsourced it. Ow. Sanzaro Games. Of course it was Sanzaro Games. God fucking damn it.
My plan worked. That dumb...
That actually explains so much. They did that to get the game out faster since it was already delayed once.
One of the Rhinox had this egg in his lunchbox.
Yeah, for those who don't know, Sanzaro Games made the two 3DS Sonic Boom games, which, in their defense, are actually halfway decent from what I've heard. That was some tire screeching. I hope that wasn't another drive-by. I wonder how many of those have happened while I've been streaming. They did the two 3DS Sonic Boom games, and they did Sly 4, and Sly 4 is my least favorite of the Sly games. I even like Sly 1 more than Sly 4. I think. I actually haven't played Sly 1 in a very long time. I actually only played through all 4 of the Sly games once. I never finished any replays, because I never finished my replay of Sly 2. Alright. Alright, you go.
Pluto the Rhinoc has challenged us to a naval battle. Our speedboat versus his nuclear shark submarine. If we win, we get the dragon egg he's guarding. If we lose, we have to spend a month in KP. What do you say? Do you want to take on Pluto? Okay, good luck. Just remember, stay away from the sharp end.
This boss is kind of annoying from what I remember. After I beat him, I can get out of this. As for the original Spyro 3 was buggy, Sonic only had 10 months to make it. Yeah, I do know they had to reach a deadline. That's why there's been a big trend of games getting delayed now, because they're trying to avoid more situations like that. And yet, even with significant delays, we still end up with shit like Gollum. Gollum was doomed from the start. There's like... like, you know, speaking of Gollum, who was that made for? Who wanted Gollum? Like, Gollum is not one of the more popular Lord of the Rings characters, outside of maybe a couple of memes. So, like, who did they think wanted to play a stealth game where you play as Gollum? People want to play as Frodo or Aragorn. It was made for Gollum. Oh, yeah, okay. Gonna be honest, a lot of studios these days are out of touch. Are they also out of time? I don't remember how the rest of the song goes. I'm sorry, I'm not that big of a fan of Hall Notes. Is it Hall Notes? Yeah, that was Hall Notes. But I mean, like, it's funny that we're talking about this, because, like, if you look at all the games that I have streamed lately, it is a pretty good indication of the games that I also just normally play, because I have not streamed Diablo 4. I have not streamed Final Fantasy 16. I'm just, like, not interested in the majority of big AAA games coming out nowadays. Like, the video game industry fucking exhausts me now. The only things I can really get excited about are Nintendo games and occasional Capcom, Sega, and Namco games. And indies. It's so hard for me to care about anything else, because every other game that comes out is either trying to be a great blob to appeal to every possible gamer imaginable, or they seem just all samey, which I guess would be a great blob, or there's just like shit wrong with the games, or it's made by abusers. It's so hard for me to care about so many things coming out.
The only way to retrieve that egg is to defeat every single Rhinoc in the tunnel.
Oh god, this mission. Wow, right off the bat. I technically got him. Gaming these days is not about making a good experience, but rather how much money can be sucked from our wallets for trash. Yep. And don't get me started about shit like the Turf Wizard game. Like... That game should not have been made, especially not with how it turned out. Like, I don't know how much y'all are aware, but the Turf Wizard game literally has, like, Nazi writing. I'm not even joking. It's bad enough the goblins in Harry Potter were already anti-Semitic, but it's even worse in the game. Like, in fact, it actually gets worse the more you look into it. It's so insane that any of that was greenlit. Oh, it really is that simple, huh?
This egg has surprisingly good fluid dynamic characteristics. From now on, all of our submarines will be egg-shaped.
Like, I just want to play games as dragons, man. I just want to be a gay lizard. Can I just exist in video games as a gay lizard? Is that too much to ask from these developers? Can I just be a funky little dude? Everything sucks now. There's just so little to actually be excited for anymore, because it just feels like nothing is made by passionate people anymore. It's all just, how much can we profit from this? Where are these fucking gems? Because, I mean, if it's not Disney buying up every godforsaken thing on the planet, it's fucking Netflix canceling things left or right because one person didn't watch it or something. Or it's, I don't know, fucking Fortnite sucking in another IP for its stupid game. Mario Wonder, though. Okay, yeah, alright, so Mario Wonder is like one big thing to be excited about, because we're like actually getting a real Mario game for the first time. Like a real 2D Mario game. We actually get to have Mario be a goofy little Italian man. I slightly trust indies a bit more. Yeah. He also has its issues, but money usually isn't one of them. Exactly. And I mean, like, that is true. Indies are not immune. Case in point, Nicholas. Nicholas fucking sucks. And they're an indie company. It's just not nearly as widespread or normalized as it is in, like, AAA studios. I have no idea where these gems are. They might be in Sheila's level. Oh, or they might be here. That's 5. I am getting better at dealing with Philosophophobia in this game because I played it so many times, but like I still get a little angsty every time I have to go underwater. Neo, you weren't here for my Outer Wilds playthrough. That was rough. There's an underwater planet, and that was rough for me. Like, I have really bad Thalassophobia. I can't play Subnautica. I tried. Xeno can attest to it. When I played Subnautica, I've had an actual, honest-to-God panic attack the moment I entered a cave. Yeah, that one was, he was not having a good time. No, I was not. It was even hard in the DLC, and there's, the water isn't even that deep. Alright, so I missed a gem somewhere. I feel like it may have been Sheila's level. I don't see anything here. How many am I missing? 6. So that's either a 5 and a 1, or 3 2s. Oh, we're already halfway through stream. Huh, this is gonna take much longer than I thought. There's an upstairs part of the main level. Is there? Because that should be here. And there's nothing here. I have a feeling it's Sheila's level because I haven't found anything here yet. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on a sec. There's that. That's what you meant. Yeah. There we go. There you go. Thanks, son. I actually forgot about that part. One thing Spyro games always makes me happy for is the musical. Oh yeah, Stuart Copeland did a fucking amazing job. I think it would actually be faster to go this way if I'm right off. I do know when when Stuart Copeland was designing the music, he actually would play the level several times to get a feel for the level before he even started composing. Actually, come to think of it, I think the other way would have been faster. And I know on one of his greatest hits albums, he actually included a song from Spyro 1 on it, which I think is very interesting.
Let's head on over to the balloon. The balloon's all ready, sir. Just jump on.
There's actually a video of him making the beginning part of Wild Flight from Spyro 1. Ooh, I would actually love to watch that. It's not even this world. So I remember. Sunrise Spring Home. Okay. So it's Sunrise Spring, Midday Garden, I think Evening Lake, and Midnight. Are there only 4 worlds? Wait. Are there only 4 worlds in Spyro 3? I thought there were 5.
Listen carefully, you stupid girl. I'm only going to ask you one more
Or hubs.
time.
Huh.
Why haven't you disposed of that infernal
Genuinely thought
dragon?
there were 5.
I've tried to scare him off, Your Highness. But he's just not afraid of anything.
Not afraid? Not afraid? Why have I been training you all these years? Use some magic! Here's a spell book. Whip up a monster and eliminate him.
So this cutscene, if I remember correctly, doesn't play
I don't care what you
in
do.
the Black
you
Label
useless
version.
rat, as long as you get rid of him.
So this one or the second one? I forget which one is Spike.
You, come here.
The game gradually gets longer and harder. I think gem totals go up by 100 per hub. I know something else that... you know what? No, I'm not going to finish that. Never mind. Not going there. Too easy. Too easy. Too predictable. Nope.
When I heard the sorceress was planning to ambush you, I got here as fast as I could. No worries, though. This wussy green toad
Wait,
will be no
what
match for the
emote
two
is
of
this?
us.
Sus. Oh, Spyro. I've mentioned in the last 2 games the boss fights were not very good in Spyro 1 or 2. Boss fights in Spyro 3 are actually halfway decent. Still not great. Does this guy look like Fred Durst to you? Wait a minute. Is this guy tired of all the he said, she said bullshit? Crypto's a nice fight. Yeah. Ripto is definitely the best fight of Spyro 2. I don't like Spyro 2 all that much. I don't hate it, but I don't think I can actually say I like a single level in the game. Like, when I streamed it, basically every other level I was like, oh god, it's this level. Ow. Hold on, I'll read that message in a moment. Is he dead? Nope. God, he takes a lot of hits. By the way, one of the seals mentioned KP, which stands for Kitchen Police Patrol, involving washing dishes, food preparation, and bussing tables. The general punishment for this is shown as peeling potatoes. Oh, so is that like a Navy thing? Or just general military? Because I would not have known that. I know like next to nothing about either of those. Spyro 3 feels more unique per level. Yeah, definitely. It's a general military thing. Okay. I will say, one of my favorite things about Spyro 2 is there are 2 levels that are on opposing sides of the same war, and I think that's a really cool idea. I hate both of those levels, though. Like, I don't like many levels in Spyro 2. I have a lot of complaints with the level design in Spyro 2, because Spyro 2 is the only one of the 3 games where the majority of the levels don't actually loop around, and a couple of them actually make... Yeah, Zephyr and Breeze Harbor. A couple of the levels in Spyro 2 actually make you carry a power-up from the end of the level, or the beginning of the level, all the way to the other side. And I don't think that makes for interesting level design. Aquarius is probably the worst offender in that regard. I don't hate Spyro 2, because I still replay it every time I replay the Spyro trilogy. But it is definitely my least favorite of the trilogy. It's a very kind of game for me. I love Laura. I love how useless Hunter is. And Ripto is a good villain. That's just about all I have to say. In fact, that door in the balloon room hides an area that is inaccessible. It does. What's in there? I didn't even know that hit anything. I'm trying to glitch the camera on it. I genuinely didn't even know that. Literally nothing in the room only shows up in the low poly model. Interesting. I wonder what it was originally used for. I'm learning a lot about this game tonight. I thought I knew a lot about this game already, but I'm learning a lot more than I ever thought I would. Because I think I've said this already, but this is my favorite of the trilogy. This is actually my favorite 3D platformer ever. And trust me, I play a lot of platformers. It indicates something was there as for what we don't know. Gotcha. So I love with the 2D or flat Spyro when he swayed his neck back and forth. Look. So if you're wondering why I'm using this cheat code, I had my community vote on which cosmetic to use. It was this, Big Head, or a color change. Mingus. Yeah, and it's a cool effect because he looks normal from the side. In fact, he looks completely 3D from the side. But then you do this. It's such a cool effect. I know, like, compared to modern games, it's pretty basic, but for the time, I'd imagine that was like a first-time thing. It's cool playing old games, even ones that I grew up playing, and seeing all the stuff that was new for the time. Oh, it's a yawn. Oh god. Ugh, yawn. I am EP. I have enough to free Sergeant Bird. I expect someone like me to come in with a lot of Spyro 3 knowledge. No, I did not.
Ah, my good friend Spyro. The sorceress
I do love learning about games like this,
letting off rockets in her fireworks factory, but I'm willing to release him into your custody, provided you pay his outstanding fines. What a sucker. That is, it's a far, far better thing you do today, Spyro, than you have ever done, and, well, so forth, etc. You get the idea.
Bird. James Bird.
Sergeant Bird, 90068. Awaiting orders, sir.
I think you'll have to find your commanding officer for that. Hey, what are those things?
These are the latest military hardware. DBX-9 rocket launchers, state-of-the-art.
So why didn't you use them to escape?
Because I have limited ammo, and I wanted to conserve it. For this. Where did you come from? I thought dragons had all been dead for 1,000 years or something.
Well, the rumors of our extinction were slightly exaggerated. We just wanted a little peace and quiet.
Well, if it's peace and quiet you want, you should stay clear of my homeworld for a bit. I reckon I'll be blowing up Rhinox for weeks. Cheerio!
I love how each one just kicks the shit out of Moneybags. Yeah. You didn't really get to do that in Spyro 2. They kind of just do it at the end. And it's in a cutscene. But in this, you actually get... Not only do the animal friends get to beat the shit out of Moneybags, but you get to as well. Because after... If you've beaten the Sorceress and you've done every level that has Moneybags in it and have paid all the gems, he has one extra gem for you that you can only get after beating the Sorceress. Not gem, egg. And,
when you see a ladder...
I don't care. And, you get to chase him and just torch the shit out of his ass to get all your gems back, and then he runs off into one of the levels. And it's so satisfying, because he's easily the least liked character in the series. I think the devs realized how annoying Moneybag was, so they made it the best part of Spyro 3. Oh yeah. Man, I wish we could send Spyro after Elon Musk and Jeff Bezos. Oh, if only. Also, if you didn't get the tongue-in-cheek reference to James... Yeah, Han, I know. I am actually a fan of quite a few of the Bond films, so... The reference was not lost on me. Okay, I'm going to... get everything in Midday Gardens, and then I have to go back to Sunrise Spring, because I forgot to do the Sparks level after finishing the boss. And you want to do the Sparks levels, because they actually unlock some nice mechanics. It's the third one we really want to do, because that's the one that unlocks... Oh, actually counted. That's the one that unlocks, what the fuck am I trying to say? Oh, the, thing that lets you point sparks at gems. That's the third one. Evening Lake. You want to do that one.
Hi, Spyro.
Oh my god. Yes, I know. Come on. Let me just get... Alright. Oh, gem. Oh, gems. Caught up in chat in a moment. I'm a programmer and I actually hate what Elon is doing with Twitter and also Spez with Reddit. Oh god, yeah. Oh, I forgot about him. We're on back to Web 1.0, baby. Are you excited? Second Sparks level unlocks Gem Finder. Is it the second one? I thought it was the third. I'm good. So it's sad since a lot of people called it that Elon would mess up Twitter, but no one could have expected it so fast. Yeah.
Hey, Spyro.
Thing. Of course, I also feel a lot of companies lately just want to destroy themselves. It sure feels like that, doesn't it? Oh, Buzz. Okay, no, I think it's Spike that has the bugged cutscene, not Buzz. Spike's the second boss or the third boss? No, it's not the third boss, because the third boss is the gargoyle fucker. Spike's the second boss, I think. Spike's the second. Yeah, okay. I believe the Sparks level is... There it is.
Spyro, I found an egg, but only Sparks will be
Like,
able
we
to
are
reach
seeing
it.
so many companies
There's a
just
small hole that leads
actively
to a crawdad farm.
shit their
Take him there if
pants
he's ready.
and just go under through their own actions. Spike is the most annoying boss to me. Oh, definitely. By far, he's the most annoying boss in the game. In development, the Spike boss had like a mini volcano in the center that spat rocks out. Oh, fucking hell. My god. I am so glad they got rid of that. That would have been terrible. Spike is definitely the most annoying boss in the game. Yes, I know. Yes, I know how to play.
Now for the heart. On your travels, you'll... Looks like you're ready,
Oops. There we go. I already forgot the button. We're off to a wonderful start. It's even funnier, Bianca looked like a demon bunny in development. I didn't mean to move the stick. I moved the stick on accident.
Spyro, I found...
No, Zeno, not F. A. Ah. Don't make me do the tutorial again. Okay. So why do the Sparks levels just use the game's title theme? Ow. Give. I don't think I can break that shield just yet. I think there wasn't enough time to make unique tracks. It was explaining like glimmer shears and style thing. True. There's a character in Xenoblade 3's DLC named Glimmer. Yeah, I had the Xenoblade brain rot for a bit. Can I break this yet? I don't think so. I think I have to get a switch or something. Get a switch, yeah. Ooh. Yeah, what if I just do this? Lame. Oh, right, that's what that does. I can at least respect Spyro 3 for trying to really branch out gameplay-wise when it comes to the side characters. Yeah. That's like one of my favorite parts about it, honestly. Lobster. Uh-oh. Oh, the other way, Sparks. Good. And the fact that you actually get to play as Sparks is pretty cool. Don't run the portal. There we go. There's even an Agent 9 game in development at some point, but it never released. Interesting. In development from Insomniac?
You've beaten the Crawdad King and found the lost egg. Not only that, but some of the dragon magic seems to have rubbed off on you. Now you can pick up gems when they're even further away from Spyro.
I'm gonna hit the sheep over here real quick. I don't remember who was involved with it. Oh, yeah. I didn't know about the Agent 9 game. That's actually quite interesting. Ugh. To be honest, all the side characters here are my faves. Agent 9 is my least favorite. But not by much. I don't like monkeys. I'm gonna be honest, monkeys are like actually one of my least favorite animals. He's a good character, it's just that I don't like monkeys. Oh, this level.
I was supposed to meet Doug to go ice fishing today, but Rhinox have blocked the path with ice, so I can't get through.
That's right. The two main guys in this level, Bob and Doug. That's a reference to Bob and Doug McKenzie, which I think were they an SNL pair? It was Rick Moranis and I think it was Rick Moranis and someone else. And they played two Canadian guys who just talked about beer all the time. Bob and Doug McKenzie. One of my teachers in high school was obsessed with them, or at least was a big fan of them. You have a grudge against, or it could have probably worked out well though, depending on how they took the character and improved on him. Have a grudge against Bentley the Yeti because of his boxing game in Whack-A-Mole. Like Bentley as a character, but I agree that he gave the worst side levels. Yeah.
I've been trying to clear the way with this cannon, but it doesn't even shoot straight. I haven't been able to hit a dang thing all morning.
Doesn't shoot straight. In fact, it shoots gay. Yeah. This level's a lot like home sometimes. Neo, if you don't mind me asking, where are you from? Are you from Canada? Because, absolutely not home for me. I'm from Chicago, in the U.S. For reference with my previous chat, I am Canadian, so I'm making fun of myself. Okay. Yeah, I have a fair amount of friends who are Canadian. Kohai. Virtual Kohai is another VTuber, is a good friend of mine, and he's Canadian. And Neon Purrs, who streams on YouTube. Also a good friend, and she is Canadian. I really do want to visit Canada at some point. I'm gonna be honest, my main reason for wanting to visit Canada is because I just want to try like, Tim Hortons. But I also want to get authentic poutine. And I have heard of something called pierogi pizza, which is a Canadian thing, which I really want to try. I am a foodie, so I love food. I love video games, food, my girlfriends, and my birds. That is what I love. Let me see something here. Ah, that still works. Also, you want to bang Kohai. Babe, you don't need to just tell people that. Everyone does, though. Like, everyone who needs them wants to. Ow. I'm not saying I wouldn't, but, you know, it's not exactly why I'm friends with him. Fuck you. So I think one of the first online friends I made was actually Canadian. Fuck. don't think I can reach that from here. I think I have to come from a different area. Shit. Now, of course, I mean, as someone from Chicago, we also have a rich food culture. I don't know how rich Canada's food culture is, but from what I have heard, Canada does have some pretty good food options. I mean, Kohai has been able to get some pretty good Mexican food in Canada. You can get pretty good Mexican food here, too. But, Chicago is great if you're into food, because we got all kinds of stuff. Basically, any culture you can think of, we have a restaurant for it. Depends where you are. I mean, that's true for the States as well. Chicago is kind of great because you can get basically everything here. And we have a lot of stuff that's unique to us. Like, you probably are familiar with deep dish pizza. Like, if anything comes out of Chicago, it's usually deep dish pizza, but... Ow! We're also actually the city that invented hot dogs. We invented brownies, we invented zippers, which isn't food, but we did invent them. We invented vacuum cleaners, we invented skyscrapers. We're also the home of tavern-style pizza, Italian beef sandwiches, mother-in-laws, Maxwell Street Polishes, and a bunch of other things. Toronto is extremely multicultural, you can find just about anything there. Nope, so wrong. You invented fortune cookies. Did we? Maybe we did. We do have a very large Asian population, and fortune cookies was something that was invented by Asian American cooks to have something appealing for their restaurants. Because a lot of Chinese food you can get in the US actually has no basis in Chinese cuisine. It's stuff that was invented for Americans. And that's stuff like orange chicken and General Tso's chicken, stuff like that. That's not actually Chinese food, it's Chinese American food. Trace to Asian Americans in Chicago. Okay. Yeah, I don't doubt you. I just don't remember if I've heard that myself. I probably have, just forgot. Chicago just has a lot of food culture. Very, very good food culture. We also have a more obscure, food thing that I've recently discovered called taffy grapes, which are grapes that have been dipped in candy coating and then dipped again in nuts, usually peanuts. And it sounds weird. Actually, really good. An obscure dessert that got a little more popular. I could talk all day about food, honestly. I love food. One of the desserts up here is butter tarts, which is essentially sweet mini pies.
Beat me to the ice fishing hole. If you want to try out the hole, you can borrow this fishing lure I've been using.
The exact origin of fortune cookies is unknown, but there are various immigrant groups in California that claim to have popularized it. However, there is a book from 1878 that shows bakers making a fortune cookie-like thing from Edo-era Japan. Interesting. Yeah, there's a lot of Asian American dishes. It's actually unclear who invented them and where.
Step right up, Spyro. Behind this door is the single greatest show on Earth. That's right. Ice dancing. Season tickets are available, but you'll have to act fast. I always knew you were a cultured sort of dragon. Well, step right in. The show's about to start.
By the way, fuck this side mission. Like how the door just instantly disappears. There's still an upper part of the level that I need to get to, so I'm gonna try to get to that real quick. Don't remember how to get to it though. So the Moneybags dialogue was funny in the prototype. Oh yeah, I've actually seen the prototype when that leaked. That shit's hilarious. Alright, so how do I get over to you? That's a real question. Yeah, I also saw something in the distance over there. Oh. Don't run off the ledge, Spike. Pay me fat ducats of the, or the chick dies. My God. Okay, I definitely cannot reach that from here. How do I get up to that? I don't remember. Oh, you can backseat all you want. I've played this game several times. My memory is not always the best, though. So if I'm too stupid to figure something out, go ahead and call me out. I think I found my answer. There's an area near the exit portal to get up there. Yeah, I think I remember that. Overall, fortune cookies are technically Japanese in origin, meant to be served with tea, but were brought into the US from California and spread to Chinese American restaurants from there. Interesting. Oh, yeah, okay, I see. Yeah, there we go. You did show me a speedrun strat. That is true. Yeah, I'm usually pretty lax about backseating. Generally, I would prefer to try to figure something else or something out myself. But I am not as strict about it as most people. And if I've played the game before, I usually don't give a shit. Just want to make that clear. Because I play this game often. Or I have replayed this game several times. But I don't replay it as often as some of the other games I replay a lot. Ironically. So my memory is pretty bad at times. Alright. These nuts. Oh, Ree's nuts. That's a yawn, by the way. I feel like I should just, like, make a yawn emote and just call it, like, yawns or something. Makoto Hagiwara claims to be the first person to sell modern fortune cookies from a tea garden in San Francisco in the 1890 to 1900s.
Tonight is my big ice dance performance, and these hacky players are ruining it. Every time I start my routine, they come in and smack me with their sticks. Oh, I sure wish I had a partner. Someone courageous and strong and handsome and purple who breathes fire.
There is a VTuber I watch who is married to another VTuber I watch. The one I'm thinking of is Boo the Rat. Is she Canadian? Because she sounds exactly like Nancy.
Will you please help me perform my ice dance? These mean Rhineck khaki players keep hogging the ice, and all I want to do is dance. Thanks, let's go.
Fun fact, in Reignited, when it first came out, this mission was next to impossible because of the fucking camera angle. Funny how stereotypical this level can get. Yeah, us Canucks don't care. Oh, Nancy, get out of my way! Oh! You got some air.
That's okay. It didn't hurt as much as it looked. Let's try again.
I can dance too. I don't. No, I don't.
That's okay. It didn't hurt as much as it looked. Let's try again.
Get your popcorn out. This could take a bit. I know, I was right at the end too. That's the worst part. No, you don't. Oh, there we go. Obviously, she hasn't slept on ice walking down the street every 2 minutes.
We did it. That was my best performance ever. I guess one of the judges didn't like it, though. He threw this egg at me instead of a rose. Why don't you have it? I am getting out of here right this instant. Zeno coming in with the lore. Who's the, yeah, here it is. By the way, the real name for fortune cookies is Sujiura Senbei, literally fortune cracker, and the fortunes are Omikuji, sacred lot. Omikuji can normally be found in boxes at Buddhist temples and Shinto shrines. For Senbei, though, the fortune is always tucked into the bend of the cookie, but actually inside the cookie. A little weird fact, some egg hatching animations actually contain a gold fragment. It's hard to spot, but that is a leftover from an earlier build where there was gold eggs. But not actually, okay. Oh god, it's this. Oh god. I forgot about this. I lost several lives here the last time I played this. Alright, let's open that. Oh god, faster, go. Alright, he's over on the left.
That area doesn't take lives, though. Doesn't? Wait. Thought it did. It's been a while. Come on, buddy. Fuck. Alright. Got him. Typo in group chat. Yep. Oh, Black Betty. Bam, bam. Oh, Black Betty. Or however it goes. See if I can get that old chest first. That easy, huh? Need for Speed Underground 2. I have the first Need for Speed Underground on Xbox. I need to play it again. At some point when I can finally stream original Xbox games, I would love to stream Burnout 3. That'll be good for a Sunday stream. That game is so much fun. Probably one of my favorite racing games next to Mario Kart 8 and Need for Speed Hot Pursuit Remastered. God damn it. I will get you. Got him. There you go. That's fuck yes, Burnout 3 is one of the best races of all time. Hell yeah. I'm gonna have to use a cheat at this level. Oh no, Soroshi, you're a cheater pumpkin eater. Had a game and couldn't beat her. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I am missing 30 gems. What the fuck? There's more to that cave? Oh, god damn it. Oh. Oh, I see. There we go. You know how you launch yourself up? I used to get to and burn the red thief and get their egg before charging the yellow. Ah. That is smart. Alright, so I'm done with this level. Where's the exit? Oh, there it is. Once again, I was looking right at it. I don't know if we're going to have enough time to finish the second hub in tonight's stream. Because I don't want to go too late. Spyro 3 is a pretty big game. It is. Oh, it was under options. Okay. I just learned Cracker Jack was invented for the 1896 World's Fair in Chicago. Zeno, I think you and I relearn that every couple of months. But yeah, like, I live in Chicago, and Chicago is the third largest city in the U.S., and it's one of the most important cities in the U.S. because it used to be the center of the meatpacking industry. In fact, it used to be the center of the food industry in general here. Your cheat was actually removed for Reignited. You're actually pretty disappointed in that. Oh, these guys.
Those crummy Rhinox forced us to build a statue of the sorceress. Then, after we built it, she complained it was too ugly. If you ask me, the statue is much prettier than she is.
Pablo. Aren't these guys all named after, excuse me, artists? It's a lot more tricky, though. I forgot to do Sergeant Bird's level. I'm gonna do that first before I do here. Oh, something about tonight. I'm doing the levels in the wrong order for me.
I have to train the hummingbirds. They must be in peak physical condition if we're going to take on the sorceress.
Finally! Jesus! I don't know if you guys could hear that. My reactive was going off. Some asshole outside was playing his music in his car so fucking loudly my windows are vibrating. This happens all the time here. I think it's like a gang thing where they play their gang's music at an obnoxious volume to, like, stake out territory or something. I don't know, man. The thing is, I've been doing the Spyro 3 randomizer playthrough, so it literally screws with my knowledge of where crap is. Oh, God. God, there's so many new randomizers coming out. I want to do a Mario 64 randomizer, or an Ocarina of Time one, since I know those two games pretty well.
Sir, the situation is this. Yesterday, at 1845 hours, the Rhinox invaded. We defended as best we could, sir, but without your leadership, we didn't put up an effective resistance. By 1900 hours, the rest of the squad was captured and the Rhinox had complete control of the base.
In Reignited, they have a much more authentic French accents, and they're much sexier that way, in my opinion. French accents are pretty sexy, if you ask me. Just saying. I do think the voice acting is a lot better in the remake because a lot of the, oh god, there's another asshole playing his music. A lot of the voice acting for the accents was done a whole lot better, so it's a lot more authentic and realistic.
Thank you, sir.
French hummingbirds. There's actually a ROM hack of Spyro 3 that is made specifically for skilled speedrunners. I think I actually heard about that. I am not a skilled speedrunner with this game, so I don't know if I'll play it. I prefer the cheesy accents, to be honest. I prefer the more realistic accents and more appropriate accents, because it just fits better. Because I think they actually hired, like, native speakers of those languages. And that always sounds better if you're trying to get that ethnicity. Like, it'll always be better.
Sir, I've captured the enemy Russians. They won't march far on an empty stomach.
Egg.
Sir, the Rhinox have blocked the way out of this next cave with a security door, and I don't think you'll be able to blast your way through this one. Recommend you land on the weights and carry them to the pressure-sensitive security switches either side of the door. When in position, press the...
Yes. Come here. Come. Get. Sit. Here we go. I love the fucking sound effects for hitting some of the enemies in these games. Some of it is so satisfying. Oh god, when you mentioned whack-a-mole earlier, I just realized what you meant, Neo. Good god, I had forgotten about that. Wow, Bentley really does have the worst side games. Want to extract the cat wizard sound from the charmed ridge to use for alerts. See, my favorite is, I actually, funnily enough, from the Whack-A-Mole side game. Ooh, wait a sec. What's the fucking sound the moles make when you smack them? I didn't mean to drop that. Because it's just such a satisfying sound. Motherfuck. Bird gets a little bouncy when he's got a missile on him. So drop that some control. Ow, I didn't mean to smack the mic, I'm sorry. I am so sorry. I wear a headset, I don't have a mic yet, so I have a tendency to accidentally smack it when I'm scratching an itch. I don't know what that sounded like, I am so sorry. I think that's the way I came from. Yeah. Well, there was a pop. Alright, yeah, as long as it wasn't worse than that.
Keep fighting the good fight, sir. We're all...
Alright, there's the music.
Mission accomplished. It's great to have you back, sir.
Fire in the weight room, I missed the bottle. Uh-oh. Back shower. Okay, have a good shower. Aha! Babe, how the fuck did you see that? I flew right past it. Oh my god, I did? Ow. Motherfucker. So it seems that Mole only goes underground when you're at the same level as him, not when you're close to him. Ow, I scratched a little too hard there.
Before I was captured, I recovered this egg from the enemy, sir.
Yeah, hon, I actually knew that, but I got hit by the fire. Uh-oh. Ah, that's where he is. There we go. Get those. Here. Ah, oh wait, that's a missile. Oh, there's a gem missing somewhere. How many am I missing? 10. Alright, that could be one gem. It could be two. Be a lot more than that. Here we go. It was one.
We should help her.
You're kidding, right? She nearly toasted you.
Yeah, but she was aiming at you.
Thanks.
No problem.
It's a good thing for you Hunter was around.
I can look after myself.
Oh, sure you can.
Would you like me to show you?
Out of magic, huh? How about I give you a jump start?
Ha! I'll deal with you later.
Hey, why'd you have to scare her off?
Hunter, quit thinking with your dick. No, we might be streaming Spyro 3 for a little bit longer than I originally anticipated. I wasn't quite sure how long Spyro 3 would take me because it's a game I've played before, and it's actually the Spyro game I've played the most. Because, excuse me. when I started getting some PS1 games for PSP, Spyro 3 was the only one in the Spyro trilogy that I bought. So I was playing it a lot on my PSP for a while. And I think I did 2 complete playthroughs of it. And I played it on PS3 from that digital copy.
Those crummy
So, like, I don't actually know how long this is going to take me, because any potential time I could get is going to be inaccurate, because I know the game better. But I actually expected to be breezing through this a lot faster than I currently am, so this actually might possibly take 3 streams instead of 2. Because I've only got about 50 minutes of stream left. So, I know this really isn't important in the grand scheme of things, but I like to get through my games on stream in a somewhat timely manner, because I'm a streamer that actually prefers to finish most of the games I stream, so. And I do like to plan around other game releases, so it's just something that I factor in a lot when I set up my streams. So I'm just wondering if I'll have to go for a 3rd week. I might have to go late or something. Neo did make a good point. The levels do get longer and harder, and the gem count gets higher in the later levels. So this actually might take 3 streams, even with the extra hour. But with my Retro Night streams, usually when I do them, I plan them out in batches of 3, and I haven't actually picked out the next batch of games yet. So, I'll post about it in my VIP channel when I've got the games picked out. I do know that the next showcase I'm going to do is Capcom Arcade 2nd Stadium, since I never actually got to play that much when it came out. Ow. And then the next bad game, I believe... That was loud. I actually don't remember what the next bad game night stream is going to be. Oh, I remember, actually. It's Skatebird. A game I really wanted to like. I hear it got better with the most recent update, so I'm actually looking forward to playing it on stream, because I'll be playing it with the update. God, that is obnoxiously loud. Jesus Christ.
I forgot I hid this egg inside the statue. I hope the explosion didn't hard-boil it.
Alright, so these guys are named after artists. Pablo was obviously Pablo Picasso. Who the fuck is Jasper? Who is Jasper a reference to? That is not an artist name I'm familiar with. I honestly cannot think of a single artist named Jasper, as a matter of fact. Yeah, I'm not going through that just yet. This level can take a while. This is a really long and annoying thing I gotta do. And it involves the bones. First things first, I need to get over here. That is not who I was aiming for. I'm gonna kill these guys, and then I'm actually gonna do the 2 side rooms, so that way I can finish the level as Sergeant Bird. Probably Jasper Johns. Who the fuck is Jasper Johns? That is not a name I'm familiar with. I was guessing Google Jasper artist famous and found him.
I was playing catch with my pet wolf
Moet.
but I
Are
accidentally
these guys
threw his
artists?
ball down this hole, and he went in after it. Now he's stuck down there. I feel so helpless, sitting up here, listening to his steadily softening whimpers. Don't cry, Wolf. Never cry, Wolf.
Oh, this cute little guy. This side room is bugged in the Switch version. Because he doesn't always follow the ball correctly in the Switch version. Which makes it really fucking annoying. The Switch version of the game is really buggy. I have it on Switch and PS4. I'm actually tempted to sell my Switch copy. I'm also tempted to sell my Switch copy of Skyrim as well, because I'm probably never playing the Switch version again. I want to keep a physical copy of Skyrim, but I'll probably keep the PS4 version if I'm going to do that, honestly. Skyrim on Switch wasn't that bad of a version until they released the Anniversary Edition update, and that fucking tanked the frame rate for it. It made it much worse to play.
Hey, you found Farley!
But if you're gonna play Skyrim, you really just ought to be playing it on PC, so you can get the full mods. There is actually an expressionist artist named Paul Moet. Alright, so it has to be referencing artists. Because I think another one is named Salvador. Because there's another side area, and then there's Sergeant Bird's thing, which isn't actually a side area, it's just the main area, but you're playing as Sergeant Bird. I think it's like the only time in the game or something like that happens. Because I distinctly remember there's one named Salvador. Oh, Christ. You know, I might just finish this level and then quit. because I'm going to be spending an awfully long time on this one level. So we're probably going to be seeing this for quite a few weeks. I mean, the other thing is I don't necessarily need a 100% every level. I'm already not... You know what? Yeah. You know what? I'm not 100% in the game. I'm not going to 100% every level. So I'm just going to leave the level. And go to the next one. I already have 51 eggs, so I'm really good on eggs. When I stream the PC version of Spyro Reignited, I will be 100%ing the games. I've never done it before. I can't think of a better time to do it than when I stream the PC version. You know, with that in mind, it might take me more than 30 minutes to finish the next level, and I can see the next level up ahead. I know what level that is. That's going to take a while, and I do want to 100% that one. I'm going to end here. I think this is a decent spot to actually just end stream. And we'll come back to this next week. Because the next level is the swamp, and that's the one that's got the really annoying Sheila level. That can usually take a few attempts. The level's also just generally hard. So, I'm going to just end here. I'm also actually quite hungry because I didn't have supper, I just had a late lunch. So, I really should eat something else before I go to bed. So, thank you all for joining. I think Neil left to, take a shower, so they'll probably come back to a raid. Let's find out who I'm going to raid. Oh, also, next week's schedule. Oh, there's Neo. Yeah, I'm ending here. I normally go for 4 hours sometimes, but I sometimes end 30 minutes early. I really need to eat something. I'm very hungry. I'll be coming back to this next week. This week's schedule. Remember correctly, because I have already made it, I just haven't posted it yet. I like to post it in the morning. It'll be... What was it? What's Monday's game? Oh, Klonoa Fantasy Reverie series for Monday. We're starting Klonoa 2. Resident Evil 4, the original version, for Tuesday. For Wednesday, it'll be Fuga Melodies of Steel. I don't stream Thursday or Friday. Those are my days off. Saturday, it's going to be Left 4 Dead 2. And Sunday is going to be Spyro 3. We're going to continue this. So, I hope you all have a pleasant evening. Before I pick a raid target, glad to have a certified Spyro expert in chat. I always welcome Spyro fans. Plug my socials real quick. If you want to hang out after stream, I have a Discord. If you want to keep up with my bullshit and other updates, I have a Twitter. And if you ever miss a stream, I have a VOD channel on YouTube. Raid target. Let's see. Where are we dropping, boys? Boys, what was it? Boys, gals, and non-binary pals. That's it, yeah. Who are we going to raid? Well, we have a few options. Some people I haven't raided before. You know, I haven't raided Radicoon in a while. We're gonna raid Radicoon. Looks like he's streaming Spelunky 2. Oh, also looks like he has a different model than I'm used to seeing. Alright. I said plug my socials. Sorry, I'm a bit scatterbrained at the moment. Raid message, that's it. Alright, so if you want to join in on the raid, just use this raid message. You can use whatever emotes you want. It can be my emotes, your emotes, someone else's emotes. Doesn't matter to me. As long as you copy the raid message, that is all I care about. I think that's it? Yeah, I think that's it. So, we're gonna raid Radicoon. I will see you all tomorrow with... what was it? Why do I keep forgetting? Klonoa. God damn it. Klonoa. Yes, Klonoa. I will see you all tomorrow with Klonoa. You all have a lovely evening and good night. See ya.